Hello, SILaholics, and welcome to SILaholics Anonymous. If this is your first time here, I do hope that you enjoyed the contents of this video and will choose to hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you are notified whenever I release new content. If you are a subscriber, thank you for the support and welcome back. I am going to start a new series of videos for the channel which are going to feature quick tips and quick tutorials. So trying to give you guys a glimpse into how to do something in 5 to 10 minutes max is the goal. So you'll see these videos kind of come up based off of your suggestions over on Facebook. Also, feel free to leave a suggestion in any of these videos on what you would like to see next in our quick tip series. In this quick tip, I'm going to show you how to size your text. When it comes to Silhouette Studio, when you are in text mode, the text box is going to measure much larger than what the actual text is. Reason for that is it accounts for all the letters within that font. So it can end up being something that is an uppercase or like a hanging letter. So when you are in text mode, it's always going to be bigger. I have typed out some phrases in a couple different font styles so that you can see the difference. So with this word subscribe, it's saying that it's an inch tall. If you notice right here, there's a lot of space. The best way to tell how big something is to convert it to path. There are several ways that you can convert to path. You can either right click and convert to path, you can ungroup it, or you can make it a compound path. If it's script font, you can weld it. Once you do any of those modifications, it will no longer be text and you will not be able to edit that text anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and convert this to path, and you will see this text is actually only 0.703. If you want to be able to keep your text in text format, just in case you have to go back in and type something, the best thing that you can do is create a box to the size that you want it to be. So I'm going to make my height 1, and then you're going to pull your text to the box, and from the sides, you're going to stretch it out until it fits within that box. That will let you know that it is the size that you want it to be, and you're still in text mode. So I know from going from top to bottom, this is around 1 inch, but it is showing me 1.421. This is the best way to do it if you want to keep it in text format. If you look at this text, this line of text here, which is Samantha, we have hanging letters, we have some swoops at the top, our uppercase letters are, they sit kind of high. When it comes to things like this, where you have different levels of letters, where you have uppercase and lowercase, you have to decide what part of the letter do you want to measure a certain size. Because I can go and bring this down to, bring the 1 inch, but I have to decide what is it that I want to reference the 1 inch to. Is it going to be the top and bottom of the majority of the letters, meaning the lowercase, or the uppercase? So if I were to shrink this down based off of, let's say, the S, and I will make that fit within my 1 inch reference box. Well, let's go to the top and the very bottom of that. You're going to see that the rest of this is going to be really, really small because that is a letter that has such a long hanging part to it. Or I can choose to size it to the middle letters. So we're going to pull this up, and I'm going to go kind of like top to bottom for my lowercase letters, and I'm not going to account for the Y. The Y is a hanging letter. So if I were to go based on that, I would pretty much be the same way I was when it comes to, sizing for the S. So I'm going to go off of like my L and my H and kind of go within that range. So the main part, or the majority of the letters, are sized within 1 inch, but because we have these letters that have hanging parts and ones that are raised, it's going to be a lot larger. If I go and I weld this, it's showing to be from the highest point, which would be the top of this S, to the lowest point, which is the bottom of this S. It measures 2.319. But I did size it based off of the majority of them. So on average, it's about 1 inch for all the other letters. And for something like this, a lot of times you will have to focus on the length versus the height, right? So this one is kind of the same thing, but we don't have such a drastic change as far as height and hanging letters. This is going to just be your typical font when it comes to uppercase and lowercase. You have a few like your Y's, your G's, and things like that. And then of course your uppercase. But what was interesting about this one is if you really pay attention, the B and the D, although they're lowercase, they sit higher than our uppercase letters. So again, you would have to decide what part of the design or what part of the text do you want size to a certain, to that size that you are looking for. Is it, very, very restrictive to where from the highest point to the lowest point, you have to keep it within 1 inch? Is your design to where it will be offset to where, part of it can hang down because it's not going to interfere with something? You will have to decide what you want to size to those parameters. So if I were to go from the very, very top, which would be the B and the D, and the bottom of the Y, I'm going to bring this in like so, probably a little bit smaller. There we go. I'm going to make a duplicate of this and convert to path. This would be a little over, it would be about 1 inch, but all the other letters in there are actually about, let's go from like the uppercase, you're looking at only about 0.654. So again, you have to decide which one you want to size it to. So if I leave it at 1 inch and I go off of my uppercase letters and make those fit within the 1 inch, or even my lowercase, my highest point, which is my B or my D, and I make those to where they fit within my 1 inch box, and I convert to path. Or I'm going to show you, if you ungroup it and then right click and group it together, that's also converts it to path. The total size of this is 1.328. So as you can see, there are a number of things that can affect how your text is sized and affect how it looks. It depends on the text and the font you're using, and all the letters kind of look the same. If you have a lot of hanging letters, if you have glyphs that are very extravagant and things like that. But hopefully this video helps you decide on how to size your text. If you have any additional suggestions, as I said before, please feel free to leave them as a comment below. Again, thumbs up this video, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, guys, have a great one.